Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Samus Aran on her voyages to Zenith, to seek out new life and new civilization, to boldly go where no woman has gone before. Alright guys, before I get any sort of copyright infringement, hey everybody, it's the Johnny Cage here, welcoming you to my brand new LP. We're playing Metroid on the NES. Emergency order: defeat the Metroid of the planet Zenith, and destroy the mother brain, the mechanical life vein. Galaxy Federal Police, Order M510. Now this game, I gotta say, this game was the last game of the really classic NES games that I got around to, because, it really hasn't stood the test of time really well, and before people start going off on me about that, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, years later, I forgot what year this game came out, and I just saw it. Was it 87? 86? Well, the fact of the matter is that, 1994 we got Super Metroid coming out, and big year for Super Nintendo in general, but that game just completely blew this game out of the water, and it makes sense that you don't hear a lot of people talk about this one anymore because of all the stuff that brought to the table. I mean, Super Metroid, which honestly, I really appreciate for being a game, but I just cannot get into it, really. I know, right? That's the one thing that people gasp at me about. What? You're not a huge fan of Super Metroid? And that is just not really, just not my cup of tea. But I still appreciate it for the game that it is. It's a great game for both completionists and speedrunners. Oh, up there at the top there's a secret energy tank. Kinda sure pointed that out before, but anyhow. I don't think we're even going to be getting that one. But anyhow, like I was saying, just like The Legend of Zelda, when Link to the Past came out, everyone talks about Link to the Past, and everyone plays that game still, but not many people play the original Legend of Zelda. But, the major advances were made to both games, so, it makes sense. Just like the fact that in Super Metroid you were able to crouch and shoot was a major advancement. So let's talk a little about the game itself. You don't have a whole lot here as far as your arsenal of weapons is concerned. You've got a few different shots. We've got the regular shot, as you can see here, which is just, ridiculous how short of a shot it really is. Soon enough within this episode, we're going to get the long beam, I believe is the technical name for it. Also, the ice beam and the wave beam are also in this game. And you only have bombs for turning into your morph ball form, the Maru Marie, if I remember correctly, that being the correct name of it. Just regular bombs, no super bombs, none of that other crazy stuff that Super Metroid had, and missiles. Lots and lots of missiles. I believe the limit, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the limit is still 255, like it is in Super Metroid. I'm not positive about that, but it would seem about right. And most of those missiles we're going to get from the only two bosses that are in this game, which are Kraid and Ridley. There's no Crockenmire, none of your other crazy Super Metroid bosses. Just those two guys. And honestly, in my opinion, I think that Kraid is more difficult than Ridley is. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But, so the first thing that we gotta do is we gotta go get some missiles, because we can't do anything in this game without missiles. So, your first missile pack is gonna be over around here. That's another thing about Legend of Zelda, is, you can kind of figure out the overworld map. It's really hard to find the dungeons still, and all that, but here, it's all by color. It's what room are you in? I'm in the orange room. That doesn't help me at all. I'm in the blue corridor. It really feels like it's hard to find a way around here. Just trial and error. If you want to do this with as little help as possible, but still have a fun time with it, I would definitely recommend going to a site like nesmaps.com and just getting the entire overworld map of this game. I'm getting really beat up here too. Don't worry, we're gonna get an energy tank fairly soon, so don't stress if you're kind of low on energy. Although as soon as you do get your first missile pack, you do have the chance, as you can see, as you've already seen, I'm sure, of getting missile drops from enemies. So keep that in mind, because sometimes you'll be really wanting energy, and oh, damn, missiles everywhere. And we can only have 5 of them. You get an increase of 5 missiles with each missile pack, and each of those missile drops gives you back 2 missiles. Just so you're aware of it. Over to the right there is where we'll be going fairly shortly. Actually, where that first missile pack was, if you keep going to the right, that will take you to Norfair, and that's where we're going to end this episode, because all the meat and potatoes of this game are going to take place there. Everything you want is in Norfair, and then there are 2 hideouts with the 2 bosses, Ridley and Kraid, and there's Brinstar. Is it Brinstar, right? With Mother Brain? I believe, man, I'll be damned if I know the areas of Metroid all that well. I don't even know the names of any of the regular enemies in this game. Jeez, at least I knew a few of them in Legend of Zelda, but man, I'm gonna bring myself to shame in this game. But I don't know, I'm not a big fan of survival horror-ish kind of games. I wouldn't consider this to be a survival horror-ish kind of game, but it gives that sort of feel of like isolation and aloneness, and I just don't really like the aesthetics to the game all that much. But it's a classic on the NES, and it still doesn't really get the respect that it deserves. But you know, that's because everyone plays Super Metroid. Like I said, can't blame them for that. So anyhow, early on, oh geez, now we have to deal with the beeping of me being low on energy. Sorry about that, guys. I'll try. That probably will only show up in this episode. I would be surprised if we'll get that beeping in anymore. As long as you're above 20 energy, though, we won't have to suffer through it. But so here's the long beam. Didn't talk about it at all. This goes all the way across the screen. Ooh, need some more missiles too. There are actually 3 doors. That was the first of 3 doors we're going to be blowing up. Is it 3? Or is it 4? I think it's 3 doors. We're going to be blowing up with missiles, and you need 5 missiles to blow up a door. Hit select on the control pad to switch to your missiles. And sometimes it can be a real hassle to get early on. And then we'll probably have a situation like that, because you need 5 of them to blow up a door, and sometimes enemies drop whatever the hell they feel like dropping. So we're going to keep going this way. This will take us over to our first energy tank. And from here we can keep... Oh, damn. Oh, in the lava. In the lava. Don't panic. Don't panic if you're in the lava. Well, maybe I should, because I only have 15 energy. But actually, the lava in this game is really not that bad. It can actually be like a way of getting away from enemies. And because later on, we're going to have a ton of health. There are 8 energy packs in the entire game. Energy tanks, I should say, not energy packs. Jeez, it's like me calling rupees coins. But 8 energy tanks, but you can only have 6 of them. The other 2, like if you happen to find them, they will just instantly refill your health all the way. I think we're definitely going to get 6 of them. We might get 7. The one that I just passed in the very beginning of the game, where I said like up there in the very top ceiling, there's one there. We're not going to get that one, I don't think. This probably won't even be a 100% run of the game, just because there are so many missile packs scattered throughout here. And like I said, you get a majority of your missiles actually when you beat the 2 bosses. I swear, I think you get like 100 missiles from both of them. Well, actually, that's probably not true. But you get a lot of missiles from both of them. And as you can see, when you get an energy tank, you get all your energy back, plus the little blue box at the top left, and that means that once our energy hits 0, that will just become depleted. So we actually have 198 energy total, because, 99 is the max. So, just so you're aware if you've never played a Metroid game at all. Keep going to the right there after you grab the tank, though, and then we can head up this corridor. Absolutely nothing below us. That's actually the very bottom of the corridor. But up here, yeah, don't worry about those guys that just go left and right. You can't do anything about them. You can freeze them, which we will be doing later on. But, jeez, I kind of tempted to kill that guy just because I really want the missiles, because I know I'm going to need them. I need them very soon. And seriously, sometimes I've sat in these rooms grinding for missiles on a number of occasions. Oh, jeez. I'm so grateful to get the energy tank, and now I'm getting beat up again. Okay, awesome. There's number 4. Now, come on. You better give me number 5. Huh? Okay, good deal. Thank you. Thank you so much. That would have been straight up Elpier's curse right there, because I have sat at my Nintendo just for almost upwards of 5 minutes, just grinding for missiles in rooms like this, just to get, one of the secrets early on. And by secrets, I mean one of the essential pieces of the game, which is what we're really dealing with right here. Oh, damn bug thing! Get away from me! Get away from me! Oh, well, at least he gave me some health back. Health is kind of weird. The health drops that you get from enemies, sometimes you'll kill an enemy in one area and you'll get a certain amount of health, and then in another area you'll kill one and you'll get a different amount of health. So it's good to keep in mind how much energy you can get. You can get upwards of 20 energy from each energy ball for whatever enemy you kill. Oh, and by the way, right now we got the bombs. I'm not even pointing these things out as we get them. Ooh, I could really use those missiles, though, because there's another door we're going to blow down. Alright, so you have the bombs, and that's really, until we get the wave beam, our only way of attacking things that are completely on the ground. Like those little, I don't know, space porcupine dudes, whatever they're called. I should at least know their names, right? But there they go, skittling by me. So that's all we had to get here, but as you might imagine, the Morph Ball Bomb, a very essential piece of Samus's, little array of weaponry. Also, jumping down these hallways, getting down them is actually pretty easy, as you may have noticed. You can generally stick to the far side and just jump down, and sometimes you'll get hit. It's not 100% guarantee, but if you want to get down really fast, then you're probably going to be pretty safe just jumping down and sticking to either the left or the right. And back to where the energy tank was, and this... Oh, come on, seriously? Oh, So, jumping out of lava can be a little tricky sometimes, too. Ouch. You just kind of have to, hit the jump at, just the right time. Later on, there's going to be parts when we get into like the real nitty-gritty of Norfair, where if you fall off of some of these like high pillars that they got into lava, there's almost no way out, even if we get the high jump boots by that point, which I'm not positive if we'll have. Down here's a little secret. There are actually 2 ice beams in this game, and you're going to need the ice beam to defeat Mother Brain at the end, so unfortunately, even though I like the wave beam more, we're going to need the ice beam. Oh, these little blue guys you can kill in one shot. Come on, come on guys. Gee, they're so small and annoying, and they'll really zoom in at you too if you get in their way. More energy. Energy's not bad. I guess we could use some. I really need a missile, though. Come on, missiles! Ugh! You know what? Nah, are you gonna give me one? Maybe? Yeah, you're purple. That was a good sign, right? Ugh. Alright, forget it. I'll be right back. I gotta go find some missiles. Alright, come on. Yes, there's a missile! Jeez! Seriously? That was about 2.5 minutes. Maybe closer to 3, of just looking for one missile. That's kind of how annoying it can be in the beginning of this game, but we're not going to have to deal with any issues with missiles later, sooner than, actually much sooner, like in the next part. Like, missiles are not going to become an issue. We'll probably pick up, I don't even know, 5, 6 missile packs in the next part of this series of videos, so yeah, then we won't have to worry about that anymore. So don't let that one small fact deter you from wanting to play this game, because this game is really fun. Jeez, bombs everywhere. No, well, that was pretty well dealt with. I actually got back up to 99 energy from grinding for all that, too. Got a lot of energy that time and no bombs, and sometimes you get a lot of bombs, or a lot of missiles and no energy. No, that's how it goes. But this is the ice beam, which you have to fire twice. It's kind of bizarre. If you remember the ice beam in Super Metroid, you would, wither an enemy down with the shots, and then you would be able to freeze them on the last shot just before they died. Here, it freezes them automatically, but you have to hit them again, so they de-thaw, for that to count as a hit. So essentially, you have to hit them twice the amount that it would normally take to kill them. And why can I not get out of this hole? Jesus! It's just like one small aggravation after another in this game, I swear. At least in the beginning. I'm gonna keep reiterating, only in the beginning, really. Okay, well, there we go. What was that, 5 tries, I think? Jeez, man. I'm a little rusty. Just a bit. But let's see. So with Ice Beam, it's important to remember that this is a game where you don't have to kill enemies. There's no point system. There's no experience. And later on, if you run into the need for missiles or energy, the best way to kill enemies is to shoot once at them so they become frozen, and then shoot a missile to kill them. Oh, down here, you could drop down there in the same spot as the corridor just like that before, but for the love of God, don't, because there's a big pit down there, and it's very hard to get out of. So make sure that you do not blow up the floor in that room, because it will leave you reeling. Alright, so we're on our way back. We got the morph ball bombs, we got the energy tank, we got our first missile pack, we already went from the long beam to the ice beam. So now we're falling back down to where we got our first missile pack, and this will pretty much take us right to Norfair. There's a little bit more after where that missile pack was, obviously, but nothing that we can't handle. I mean, we're pretty well prepared. I mean, if you remember the beginning of The Legend of Zelda, you could have, like, how many? Someone remind me, like 5, 6 hearts going into the first dungeon with the white sword already, or the master sword as I call it, because I go against the grain. But this is kind of, I mean, if you really go out of your way to get all the extra stuff, you can really be pretty powerful going into Norfair, and you're going to want to be, because we're going to be in Norfair for a while. That's where most of this game takes place, and here we go, right here. It looks a lot like the elevator rooms from Super Metroid, so something of a little bit of familiarity right there, perhaps. And then the music changes up, and it says, "Welcome to Norfair." Oh man, lots of secret passages here, lots of goodies to grab, but we're going to have to do that on the next episode, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me for the first episode of Metroid. Hopefully you stick around and watch the rest. It should be a good time. Play along if you have the game or the ROM. I really love to play around with you guys. That would be awesome. This has been the Johnny Cage. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you have not, and I will talk to all of you awesome people tomorrow.